A topic that I get a lot of questions on is ADHD in trading, how to manage it, what to do if you're a trader with ADHD. So what I want to do in today's video is share with you exactly what I share with my students and clients that have ADHD and what I share with them to help them improve their focus, to help them improve discipline, motivation in their trading, when they're trading day to day, and also to help them with their stickability to their goals and help them see their goals through as traders. So I'm going to give you an overview of where ADHD comes from and what the symptoms are and what you can do to understand it, to understand why you have ADHD and why you have some extreme symptoms in some cases, maybe some milder symptoms in other cases, and what exactly you can do as a trader to help you manage your ADHD and even use it to your advantage. One particular concept that we need to understand when we come to ADHD is that every individual has and exhibits the symptoms of ADHD to, the degree at which you have those symptoms varies from person to person, but every individual also has the opposite symptoms or the anti-symptoms. And I want to explain this because it becomes a very important topic to discuss. So if we have a look at any individual's life, they have a list consciously or unconsciously in their mind of priorities, of things that they value and of things that they go off and they pursue day to day. And that list is ordered in their mind, whether they're aware of it or not. Number one is their top priority, or what they label as highest value in their life. And your life demonstrates what's most important to you. So if you go off and spend most of your time exercising in the gym and dieting and eating well, and you're in very, very good shape, and your life demonstrates that you're committed to your health and fitness, that's an indication that that's a high value to you, a high priority to you. If your life demonstrates that you spend time with family and friends and you dedicate your energy to, the conversations and building meaningful relationships, and a lot of your money and energy goes into raising and building a family, it's an indication that family and relationships are of high value to you. Now, if you spend a lot of time and effort and you put a lot of time and effort into studying the markets, develop a trading strategy, do a lot of back testing, you watch a lot of content, then that's an indication that developing a profitable trading strategy is of high value to you. If you have a very high income and you're making a lot of money through a job or through businesses, that's an indication that income generation and wealth creation is of high value to you. Life demonstrates what's most important to you. And also, individuals, have things that are low priority to them and things that they just don't perceive as very high value. They're low value tasks or low value things. Now, every individual has a unique set of priorities, a unique set of values, and these things are determined based on what they perceive as missing in their life, these voids. And your voids drive your values. Whatever you perceive as missing, you're going to have a high value on and you're going to want to go off and pursue. Now, every individual has a unique set of values or a unique set of priorities in their life. And when you are pursuing things that are more in alignment with your higher priorities and things that you perceive as high value, you tend to have a lot of focus and discipline, and you tend to have good attention span, and you tend to be more poised in pursuit of that particular value or that particular purpose. Every individual has this. And then whenever we try and pursue things, whether we're aware of it or not, that are of low priority or low value to us, we tend to have the opposite. We tend to have attention deficiencies. We tend to be more hyperactive. We tend to lack discipline. We tend to be more hyper, like I mentioned. So whenever we expect ourselves to live according to low priority or pursue low value things, we tend to have more of the ADHD-like symptoms. And we tend to have more extreme cases of those symptoms. Whereas when we live according to higher priorities and we pursue higher value things, we tend to have the opposite. Attention deficient hyperactive disorder. The opposite of that is attention surplus, poised, order. Okay? So we tend to have the opposite. Now, every individual, even if you do have, diagnosed ADHD, you will find that there are certain things that you pursue, certain very high value things or certain things you love to do that you have the anti-symptoms to ADHD. you tend to be very focused and you tend to be very disciplined and you tend to have a lot of attention in those times. So that's a good indication of what things are of high priority and high value to you. And then, this goes down to second priority, and this is third priority, fourth priority, fifth priority. So what I'm trying to communicate here is that every individual has a unique set of priorities. If you tend to expect yourself to live according to lower values and you pursue things that are of low value in your life, you tend to have more extreme ADHD-like symptoms. Whereas if you tend to go towards things that are of higher priority and higher value to you, you tend to have the opposite. You tend to quiet down your ADHD-like symptoms. You have attention surplus, more of a poised order in your life. So up here towards your top priorities, more order, and down here towards your lower priorities, more chaos. Okay. Now, when we talk about trading specifically, if you're a trader watching this, what is it you can do and what is it you can implement to ensure that you quiet down your ADHD and you get the most out of your trading? Well, this is a bit of an overview here, part one. Part two, you may be a trader having ADHD and you may struggle to focus. Prior to trades coming around, you may struggle to focus and be patient and wait for high quality setups. And you might rush into setups, or you may get distracted easily and you may not stick out your trading goals or stick with your trading goals. And when things get difficult, you may give up on them. And you may lack discipline towards doing action steps in your trading that you believe are important, such as, reviewing your trades. So this is how ADHD-like symptoms can manifest in your trading. And there are very specific things that you can do to manage this and to quiet it down. Now, the first thing to recognize and the first thing to understand is that every individual can quiet down their ADHD-like symptoms and have more poise and have more attention and more focus and more discipline if they go off and they pursue of things that are just of high priority and high value. Okay? So the first thing I like to do when working with someone who has ADHD is identify what is truly of priority for that trader. And we need to understand, where are they currently in their journey and where do they want to get to? This is A, this is B, and this is the goal they have. And then we want to understand, all right, what's the first thing you need to do to become a consistently profitable trader? Well, the first thing is you need to have a proven edge. The second thing is you need to put that proven edge into a mechanical trading plan. The third thing is you now need to go off and manage your psychology, fear and greed. Because once you have your mechanical trading plan, then your emotions are the only thing that are going to stop you from executing according to that. So have your edge, put it into a mechanical trading plan, then manage your psychology, fear and greed. And then number 4, you want to consistently execute on your mechanical trading plan. Number 2, with a balanced state of mind. Number 3. And then you can focus on leveraging funded accounts and scaling up so you can make more and more money from your trading. So the first thing I'd be doing is I'd be going through this list with that trader and be asking them, all right, and going through, let's have a look at your edge. Are you certain you have a profitable edge? Okay. Have you tested that edge over a large enough sample space to build certainty in each component of your edge, from your entry to your management, to your exit, to your risk management? And have you also gone in there and run a double blind test on your edge and found all the drawbacks to your edge and find all the shortfalls and risks of your edge and planned and mitigated those risks? Have you done that? If they have, great, we'll move on to the next thing. Have you organized that edge into a mechanical trading plan that outlines your entry, your management, your risk management? So I'm going through the list of high value tasks to figure out what that trader needs to prioritize, because I guarantee you a lot of traders who have ADHD-like symptoms in their trading, they're expecting themselves to do low priority things like backtesting 8 hours a day with no particular purpose. And they're imposing these tasks on themselves which are of low priority, and they don't fall into one of the 5 high priority tasks. And then, all right, if they have 2/3 of their mechanical trading plan put together, they've got their entries, their management laid out, but they don't have a mechanical risk management system. That would identify that as priority number 1. Priority number 1 is to go in there and test and develop a mechanical risk management system? That'd be priority number 1. And then we go in, has this trader learned to manage fear and greed? No, they haven't yet. So that would be priority number 2. What's the highest priority tool that they can use to help manage fear and greed? Well, they can use the Bulletproof Your Mindset tool, which is the free tool I have in the link in the description. So that would be priority number 2. And then number 3, have they structured their life and their routine and their structure to be able to consistently execute on their mechanical trading plan with a balanced state of mind? No, they haven't. So that would be number 3. So I'd be going through the list and be identifying for this trader high priority tasks, high value tasks, and then setting those as priority. That would be number 1. Would be identifying where they are, where they want to get to, and where along in that journey they are. Great. And then I'd be figuring out, all right, what are the next steps according to this list of priority to get them from where they are to where they want to get to. And with traders with ADHD-like symptoms, you have to be working towards things that are of true priority and true value to that trader, and they have to see that. Otherwise, they're going to lack focus, they're going to lack discipline, they're not going to follow through because they're expecting themselves to do low priority tasks that they see no value in doing. Okay? Now, the other thing I would be doing after going through that exercise with a trader is I'd be helping them understand their mind and their human behavior on a deeper level. They say that they lack, discipline and they don't follow through, right, on certain tasks. I'd be asking them, where do you follow through? Where do you have discipline? And I'd be uncovering where they exhibit discipline in their life, because every individual has both. They're going to follow through and have discipline, and they're also going to lack discipline and not follow through. And would be identifying, they say I lack attention. I'd be asking them, where do you have attention? And what grabs your attention? Okay, because remember, every individual has discipline, attention, and they follow through on things that are of high value to them. And every individual doesn't follow through. They lack discipline, they lack focus, they lack attention towards things that are of low value. So I'd be asking them, where do you have discipline? Where do you have focus? Where do you follow through with things? Where are you poised? All right, not hyperactive, but where are you poised and balanced? And be identifying what actions they're doing, what priorities they're pursuing when they exhibit those behaviors. And then that would be an indication of things that are of higher value to them. And help them understand that every individual has both. They have two sides to them, and we exhibit a side. The positive side tends to be more of a positive side when we're pursuing things that are of true value to us and true priority to us and things we love. Whereas when we expect ourselves to live according to lower priority things, we then have ADHD-like symptoms. So I'd be showing this to the trader and helping them understand that there's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. You have focus. And a lot of the times, individuals who have ADHD, right, they tend to have quite extreme cases of focus, but towards a very particular thing. And if you're able to identify what that is for you, you can really take advantage of your ADHD because your brain is putting all its energy and focus into things that are of true priority to you. And I've seen some cases where some traders who have been labeled ADHD and have been prescribed that or been denoted that or diagnosed by a doctor, they have extreme cases of focus and they have the extreme case of the opposite. But the thing is, the doctor was trying to put them into a certain box and saying that, all right, when we expect you to do these things, which are actually low value to that individual, you have ADHD-like symptoms. But when you get rid of the boxes and you allow yourself to observe what that individual loves and what they value, and you see them in that environment, they have the extreme case of focus and they excel in that area. So I'd be helping the trader understand, where do you have focus, discipline, follow through, attention. That's an indication of what things are of high value to you. And then what you want to do is you want to identify the action steps as a trader, right? Develop an edge, put that into a mechanical trading plan. Master fear and greed. Scale or structure your life so you can consistently execute on your trading plan. And then leverage with prop firms. This is life structure, and then leverage with prop firms. And then I would be figuring out what's of priority to this individual. Maybe they really excel in a certain task. Maybe they really love health and fitness, for example. And that's really where they excel and have a lot of their focus. And then I'd be linking these things and asking, how can me becoming a better trader and following through these action steps actually, how do they relate to and how do they link to what I absolutely love and what is a true priority to me? And the more you can link those together, the more likely that individual is to have focus, discipline, and follow through towards their trading related stuff. Okay? So remember, if you have ADHD-like symptoms, you can tend to quiet those down, and you can put more of your executive functions, your executive brain in function, in charge, if you prioritize and you figure out what's of high value and pursue high value tasks. Whereas if you pursue low value tasks and just do things without purpose and without reason, you're going to tend to have more of the ADHD-like symptoms. Figure out where you are in the trading journey, focus on what is true priority to getting you funded, to getting you consistently profitable if that's the goal, and then prioritize your list, pursue high value tasks, and then also uncover where you have discipline and focus to figure out what in your life is of priority, of true priority to you, and then you can use that to your advantage because then you can link things to that. Okay, hopefully this was insightful. If you have any more questions on ADHD in trading, make sure you let me know. But I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.